Plants and their structure. Key concepts. Key concepts 1. Flower is the reproductive organ of plants. Maize consists of fibrous roots. Bean consists of reticulate venation in its leaves. Stamen consists of anther and filaments. Fertilization is the process of fusion of gametes. Pollination is the process of transfer of pollen grains. Key concepts 2. Leaf is a food factory of a plant. Petal, also known as corolla, makes the flowers attractive. Stem protects the flower in the bud state. Sweet potato is the root. Mustard bears a complete flower.
Key concepts 3. Stem and root. Stem. Stem is a part of a shoot system of plants. Stem is exposed to air. It lies above the ground and it provides the base for leaves, fruits and flower. Root. Root is a part of a root system of plants. Root is not exposed to air. It lies beneath the ground, embedded to soil. It provides the base for absorbing nutrition, minerals, and water from soil. Root system and shoot system. Root system. It is the underground part of a plant. It comprises all the roots of a plant. It grows towards gravity, moisture, and nutrients. Shoot system. It is the part of a plant that lies above the ground. It comprises stem, leaves, fruits, and flower of a plant. It grows away from gravity towards the sun. Pollination and fertilization. Pollination. It is the process in which the pollen grains formed in the anther gets matured and comes in contact with the stigma of pistil. It takes place before fertilization. It doesn't result in formation of seed. Fertilization. It is the process in which male gametes from anther and female gametes from ovary, that is, pollen grain and ovules, gets fused to form a zygote and the seed. It takes place after pollination. It results in the formation of a seed. Stamen and pistil. Stamen. It is also called androecium. It is the male reproductive organ of plants. It comprises of anther and filaments. Pollen grains are present. Pistil. It is also called gynoecium or corolla. It is the female reproductive organ of plants. It comprises of style, stigma, and ovary. Ovules are present.
Key concepts 4. The flower of pumpkin is incomplete because it does not consist all the major parts of a flower like calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. For instance, it consists of only one reproductive part in it, that is either stamen or carpel are present, giving it a unisexual nature. The flower of hibiscus is complete because it possesses all the flower parts, namely calyx, corolla, androecium. And gynoecium, that is both the male and female floral part, is present in it, making it a hermaphrodite or bisexual flower. The root of a garlic is fibrous because the root originates directly from the stem in the form of cluster without bearing any distinct parts like primary, secondary, tertiary roots and root caps. The root of chili is tapped because the root originates from stem is distinctly divided into primary, secondary, tertiary root possessing root hairs and the root caps. Moreover, the root grows deep in the soil. Leaf is a part of a shoot system because it is located above the ground, exposed to air. Moreover, it grows away from gravity and towards the sunlight. Leaf is a food factory of a plant because leaves are the primary sites of photosynthesis, the process through which plants prepare the food. Roots modify into different forms for various specific functions such as storage of food and water, reproduction, and to provide mechanical support to the plants. Key concepts 5. The basic parts of a flower are calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. Receptacle is also called thalamus, which is a swollen part found at the base of a flower from where different parts of flower such as calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium arise. The process in which the pollen grain present in the pollen sac of anther matures and comes in contact with the stigma of pistil with the help of different insects, birds, and animal is called pollination. The process in which the pollen grain that has reached the stigma of ovary and finally migrates from style to get fused with the ovule in the ovary of the pistil to form a zygote and embryo is called fertilization. The function of a fruit is that it helps in dispersal of a seed and protects the seed from unfavorable environment conditions and animals. A rhizome is a type of underground plant stem that grows horizontally and produces roots and shoots from its nodes, facilitating vegetative reproduction and nutrient storage. Root of a plant absorbs water and mineral from soil. Lenticel is a pore present in a stem and helps in the exchange of gases in surroundings. Key concept 6. The function of a flower are male and female reproductive organ of a flower participate in sexual reproduction by forming gametes. As such, it undergoes pollination and fertilization to form fruits and seeds, which are the important processes of sexual reproduction in plants. The process of pollination and fertilization can be described as: the pollen grain present in a pollen sac of anther after maturing comes in contact with the stigma of ovary with the help of various insects, birds, and other animal. When pollen grain comes in contact with stigma of ovary, pollination occurs. Similarly, after pollination, the pollen grain in the stigma migrates to ovary through style, where the male gametes in pollen grain fuses with the female gametes present in ovary, forming a zygote. When male gamete fuses with female gametes in ovary, fertilization occurs.
Flowering plants are the plants that can bear flower, usually green in color, and consists of two major systems, that is root system and the shoot system, where the shoot system comprises of leaves, stem, fruits, and flower. Unisexual flower are the incomplete flower consisting of only one reproductive organ, that is either male reproductive organ or a female reproductive organ, in addition to other basic parts like calyx and corolla. Bisexual flower are the complete flower consisting of all the major parts of a flower, namely calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. Example: mustard plant. The structure of a fruit is it comprises of two major sections, that is pericarp and the seed. Further, the pericarp consists of three major parts, that is the epicarp, mesocarp, and the endocarp. Epicarp is the outer skin, mesocarp is the fleshy edible part, and endocarp is the inner stony wall. Roots are modified for various specific functions, such as to store foods and water, to provide mechanical support to plants, and to provide nutrition to plants. For instance, the root of carrot, radish are modified to store foods and is called storage root. The root of peepal and maize provide mechanical support to plants and are called aerial root. Likewise, the root of sweet potato and chayote squash is modified to absorb food from other plants and are called parasitic root. Leaves also show modification for variety of special reasons, like to support the plant, to protect the plant, to avoid nutrition loss in plants, and to participate in vegetative reproduction. For instance, some leaves changed into tendrils to provide support to the plants, some leaves change into thorns for protection and avoiding water loss in plants, like in cacti. Likewise, some insectivorous plants like pitcher plants' leaves are modified to catch and digest insects. The parts of a plant modify for various special functions, such as to provide mechanical support to plant, to provide protection to the plants, to provide plants with nutrition and water absorption, to participate in vegetative reproduction in plants.